So at the beginning of the semester here, I wanted to explain to you what my teaching approach for this semester is and essentially why we're doing what we're doing for this class. So everything that we're doing in this class is intentionally structured. So the assignments, we're doing them for a reason. And in order to be transparent, so you understand why we're doing what we're doing too, I wanted to explain briefly in this video what my approach is. So what I'm showing here on the screen is called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This is a psychological theory, and the reason why I'm showing a psychological theory and how that relates to our class is that in order for you to be able to learn and be successful in our class, these essential needs that are shown in this pyramid have to be met. So while it's not my job per se to supply all of those needs for you, it is my job to recognize that you will not be able to succeed in our course if those needs are not met for you. And one of these levels of the hierarchy in particular is this middle yellow level here that's belonging. And so especially this semester when we're in a fully online environment, building a sense of course community and belonging in this course, even though we're not physically together, is really important. And it's important to be really intentional about that because it is possible to still create this community and sense of belonging in an online course. It's just a little bit harder than it would be in face-to-face because we don't have those casual, informal interactions, just passing each other in the hallways or talking before class. So one of my big things this semester was making sure to be intentional about giving all of us opportunities for interaction and to make sure that you all feel a sense of belonging in this class. And that's because based on some previous education literature, as I mentioned, interaction and community are really essential for succeeding in an online course. In online courses, one of the best ways to facilitate this community and interaction is through things like email and through things like discussion boards and group projects. So what I'm showing here is a screenshot of two of the discussion activities that I will ask you to complete this week in this module. Again, because we're not in face-to-face, one of the best ways for us to interact with each other is through these discussion boards. So that's one of the reasons why I'm including assignments like this. I took an online course this summer through Canvas about how to teach online. And if I'm being perfectly honest, at first when I was asked to do all these discussion boards, I didn't want to. I thought it was busy work and it was just a waste of time. But the more that we did them in the class, the more I really came to appreciate them and like the fact that it was a way for me to get to know other people in the class, even though I physically never met them, to be able to ask them questions and for them to give me feedback and answer some of the questions that I had. So I know that you might have some hesitations initially about discussion boards, but I really encourage you to keep an open mind and give them a chance. I personally have found them useful in online learning environments. In addition to having official assignments, I'm also providing opportunities for interaction and community in more of an informal way. So what I'm showing here on the screen is one of our discussion boards on Canvas that I've made. I'm calling it the 178 water cooler. If you think about in an office setting, people go to the water cooler to chit chat with each other or gossip or whatnot. And so what this particular discussion board is, it's not graded, it's just an opportunity for you to have conversations with other people in the class that doesn't have to be related to course content at all. So as we do some of these assignments in this first module, you will start to get to know what some of other people's interests are and whether some of those interests are common with you, whether you have the same interests as them. And so for instance, if you notice that a lot of people in the course like dogs or have pets, You could post dog-related content. I have listed here, full disclosure, that's going to be my main contribution to this discussion board. I love dogs. So I started the party here. I included a link to my favorite Twitter account. It's called Thoughts of Dog. It's basically a bunch of things written as if they were written by a dog. And if you know any dogs, you will think it's hilarious because it's super accurate. So that's one way for us to interact with each other informally, but still within the confines of our course. And everything that I do in this course really is set up with the end goal of helping you succeed in whatever future career you choose. So I recognize that after you finish this class, you're going to move on to be a Sac State graduate, and you're going to move on to some career after that. So you might end up working at the Department of Fish and Wildlife, environmental consulting, or you might continue a research career and become a graduate student. And so I really try in this class to give you the skills that you'll need to succeed in that future career. So while I was planning for this course, I actually went through and searched for available jobs here in Sacramento and tried to find what those specific skills were that companies were looking for. And so one of the assignments that you will do this week is a student survey. And one of the questions that I ask you is what your career goals are. And so I'm asking you to do that particular assignment to help me know what your goals are and then how I can help you accomplish that goal. So very briefly, that's my approach for this semester. As always, if you have any questions about my teaching philosophy or why we're doing what we're doing in the course, then you can always reach out to me and I'd be happy to answer those questions for you.